I am reading from the book of Joel, chapter 3 in Hebrew, beginning at verse 1. Actually, it's 28 and 29 if you're following an English version. And it reads as follows: V'haya acharechen eshpok et ruchi al kol basar v'nibbahu b'nechem u'v'notechem ziknechem chalomot ya chalomun bachurechem hezionot yir'u. It shall come to pass afterwards, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. V'gam al ahavadim v'al hashefachot b'yamim ha'ema eshpok et ruchi. And upon the servants and upon the handmaidens in those days I will pour out my spirit. This text is a very, very interesting text, especially as we look at it in relationship to the New Testament. It's a great prophecy concerning the pouring out of the Holy Spirit, and it's picturing the Lord promising to send the Spirit. And on the day of Pentecost, that is exactly what happens. So I'd like to look at this text grammatically and then relate it to the New Testament. Notice it begins, V'haya acharehem. Notice the haya here, we would translate it, and it shall be. Notice the vav here is just your conjunction, followed by haya, which is your cal perfect third masculine singular from haya. So thus it shall be, and it shall be. And then notice acharechen eshpok et ruchi. Achere is an adverb meaning afterwards, and eshpok is a cal imperfect first common singular from shafak, to pour out. So afterwards I will pour out et ruchi, my spirit. And notice et is the sign of the direct object, ruchi is the noun feminine singular with a first person pronominal suffix in the e. So I will pour out my spirit al kol basar, upon all flesh. Notice al means upon, and kol basar would simply be upon all flesh. Basar is the noun meaning flesh. So I'm going to pour out my spirit upon all flesh. V'nibba'u b'nechem u'v'notechem. Notice, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Notice the ve here is a vav consecutive, turning over the verb here, which is nibbahu. Notice naba means to prophesy, and here we have a nifal perfect, third common plural, from the root nava, to prophesy. So notice, by the way, a noon has assimilated ninbahu, becoming nibbahu with the doubling of the bait. So your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. I'm seeing this as a prophetic perfect, at this point. And notice Benachem uvenotechem means your sons and your daughters. Bene is in construct with chem, your pronominal suffix, second masculine plural. U and venot is a feminine plural. Venote in construct with chem again. So your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Ziknechem Chalomot Yachalomun. That is, Ziknechem is a noun, masculine plural, with the second masculine plural pronominal suffix. So your old men dreams. Chalamot means dreams. It's a noun feminine from halom, like a dream. So here we have dreams. Yachalumun, they shall dream. And Yachalumun is a cow imperfect, third masculine plural from chalam, to dream. So your old men will dream dreams. And how we need that today. Often older people are viewed as over the hill. They need to dream dreams. Bachurechem Chezyonot Yeru. That is, your young men will see visions. Notice Bachurechem is again a noun masculine plural in construct with the second masculine plural pronominal suffix. So your young men, Hezyonot, is a noun masculine plural meaning visions. Visions shall see. Actually, it's a noun feminine plural. So visions, Yeru, they shall see. Notice from the root ra'ah, to see, cow imperfect, third masculine plural from ra'ah. So your young men shall see visions. Notice as we look at this, the hay has dropped out here. So we would translate the phrase, so your young men shall see visions. What we had here is your young men, bachurechem, from bachure, meaning your young or young men, and then chem is your pronominal suffix, third masculine plural. So your young men shall see visions. It's interesting here, and by the way, the hay in the ra'ah is what I was referring to, has dropped out. From ra'ah, a lamed hay verb, where we've lost the hay. So your young men will see visions, your old men will dream dreams. So as we would translate it, and it shall come to pass that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. So one of the things that I notice here about the Spirit's work is that it is intergenerational. It's not limited just to your young, but it's the old and young. And how we need that in a world that has become so generationally divided. And I think it's a wonderful passage that is speaking to the very issue of old and young working together. We also then move on to the next verse, and notice it says, V'gam al ha'avadim v'al ha'shefachot bayamim ha'eme eshpok et ruchi. And indeed, upon your men servants and upon your female servants, in those days I will pour out my spirit. Notice the grammar, gum is an adverb following the ve here, and even al ha-avadim. Al is simply your preposition meaning upon, and here we have ha-avadim. Ha is the definite article. Avadim is a noun masculine plural meaning men servants. So upon the men servants, Baal ha-shefachot, and upon the female servants, the maid servants. Notice ve again, the conjunction al, the preposition, and then the definite article again, and ha, and shefachot means maid servants. Notice the feminine plural in the oath. So upon your male servants and female servants, I will also pour out my spirit in those days. Notice bayamim ha'ema, in those days. Ba is the preposition in, and yamim ha'ema would be those days. Yamim is your masculine plural from yom, and ha'ema is meaning those, your demonstrative pronoun functioning as an adjective here. So in those days, eshpok et ruchi, I will pour out my spirit. Notice eshpok is from shafak, to pour out, cow imperfect, first common singular from shafak, and then et ruchi means I will pour out from my spirit. So as we conclude these great verses, even upon the men servants and upon the maid servants in those days, I will pour out my spirit. One of the things that I see in this great text is that the Lord is going to use all kinds of people. In other words, he's going to pour out his spirit upon male and female, your sons and your daughters. So there's no, can I say, sexism in the work of the Lord and what the Holy Spirit has done. And there's no ageism, because your old men will dream dreams, your young men will see visions, and there's no classism. In other words, your basically your male servants and your female maid servants are all going to have God's Spirit poured out upon them. So what a great text. And this is the fulfillment of what Christ, or I should say, the prophetic word of what Christ promised and happened at Pentecost when he pours out his Spirit upon men and women in the upper room. And we see the fulfillment of this great prophetic moment with Jesus Christ being the one pouring out the Holy Spirit, who is working in male and female, men and women, old and young, and also no classism. So again, what a beautiful text. No ageism, no generational separation, no sexism, male and female, and no classism upon your male servants and your female servants. So what a beautiful text that we see fulfilled on the day of Pentecost.